had explained it to me at the same time that she explained, you know, the birds and the bees and whatnot.
I'd say my first introduction would be middle school type age, 12, 13.
I remember all through school being taught about AIDS, and particularly I remember an assembly in a gym where they had a whole bunch of videos about people with AIDS, and that was, some of them were pretty far along, and that was pretty disturbing, but yeah, definitely in school.
This guy was a flight attendant, so he was flying all over the place. He was gay, he was sleeping with a lot of people, and it became, he was the first recorded person to have AIDS. But I don't know too much, you know, about the history of it.
Early 90s, there was a documentary I saw in Africa. Vaguely remember, but that was my first exposure to anything about AIDS and HIV.
Maybe 8 years old, I remember seeing on TV, on the news, the nightly news, they had a segment about AIDS.
My first time when I actually heard about AIDS, it was around the time I think the movie with Tom Hanks came out, Philadelphia. That was around the first time I think I was exposed to it. And
I was probably 16 and out on my own, living in Chicago and larger cities, that I really met people firsthand that were infected and could really sort of grasp for myself, outside of what I'd learned in school and on TV, sort of the nature of the disease.
It used to be called, you know, GRID, and gosh, it goes all the way back to the early 80s. I remember seeing different clips on TV about it, of course reading about Rock Hudson and seeing that on TV. So pretty much right when it first started, I remember getting the whole just concept of it and just keeping an ear open to it, but not really connecting to it.
Back in the 80s, when I was just starting graduate school, I was taking care of patients at one of the medical centers here in Chicago. And for some reason, the pregnant nurses did not want to take care of the HIV positive patients. So they were really still very fearful of getting infected and infecting their babies for some reason. That just shows you the ignorance of the whole situation. And I would be the one called in to take care of the patients. And so that was probably my very first exposures, working in grad school, working at night on a unit where it was just all HIV/AIDS patients who were pretty much dying.